welcome back to my channel. I have a super long overdue makeup video. I picked up the Wet n Wild Disney collab palette and I actually got two of them. I have this one over here. I wanted to do a makeup look with this one. This is actually not my first time using this palette. I actually used it on my very first TikTok live. But I wanted to make a video for my channel using this. Wet n Wild did a collab with Disney villains, which is really cool. And they had, this was kind of like in October, a Halloween, like around Halloween release. I would say like around the end of August, early September. And they did a huge collection. They had two of those eye palettes, and then they had lip oils, lip gloss. But I actually ended up getting two of the eye products and then one cream blush. So I originally was gonna get most of the stuff in that collection, but because I have so much makeup right now, I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna get the eye palettes for now. There was gonna be makeup releases and I really did have to reel myself back a bit. I'm going to be using some serum. I'm going to be using from Dollar Tree Berry Groovy Face Serum. And then we're just going to rub that all over the face. Now that that's dried, we're going to be using also from Dollar Tree Spascentials Plump Collagen Serum. This is my second time using this face serum. They've been having some new skincare at Dollar Tree. I know there's been like a couple of new ones that I really want to try out. So far I have tried out their face wash and I actually really like it. It actually feels really nice on the skin. And it makes my skin feel nice and glowy. And then over that, I'm going to be using my Global Beauty Care Moisturizing Face Gel. And I know that Wet n Wild recently released I think it's a Hello Kitty palette or like a little collection. I did see it once, but I was unable to get it at the time. And now it's completely sold out. It is so crazy how fast those Wet n Wild collections go. But I'm glad I was able to get this one. It's funny because I actually wanted both of the eye palettes. I knew they were going to come out before they got released. And I said, you know what? The first day they get released, I'm going to Walmart and I'm getting some. Because I just had to have it. And I'm actually going to be using a base shade from my Cargo Cosmetics palette. Right here, this is the color I'm using in Uptown. And I'm just gonna create like a really good base. That way we can blend some color in there. So my face actually feels a little bit tacky from using all those products, like kind of sticky. I don't mind it because I'm going to be putting some makeup on and I actually do need some grip. I don't know if it's the serum right here that's making my face kind of sticky, but I don't know. I think I'm going to play with the reds and the white and the black today to kind of make it Cruella de Vil inspired. I think that would be fun. I'm going to be taking this white shade here. Actually, it's kind of like a silver color. Got some silver flakes in it. I'm going to be applying that to my crease. That's actually a really beautiful color. Just gonna go in the crease and we're gonna leave those lids open. And next we're gonna be taking that red color. I actually want to use this color for the base first, just because this is like a brighter color. So I'm going to be using the other side of my eye brush, and I'm just going to get a little bit, and I'm going to put that on the crease, but we're going to be taking it down just a little bit lower. Kind of want to have like a good transitional color going. We still want that shimmery white color to show, because I think I'm going to blend those red colors today. And then next we're going to take that red color and plop that on the lids. This is a really pretty red shade. We're just going to blend that ever so slightly on the crease. I'm going to be taking my fluffy brush and kind of work my way, kind of like smooth it out a little bit. And we're going to be blending it in with the white. Honestly, I'm probably going to end up reapplying that white anyway. We're going to go in again with that maroon shade and kind of deepen that out a little more. And then that's when we're going to go in with the white again and just kind of apply it on the top. And then next we're going to be taking that matte black and we're going to be applying that a little bit on the outer corner. And I could tell this black is kind of rich. I'm just going to take whatever's left on the brush and kind of add it here. And I'm going to be taking this brush here and just kind of blend that out a little bit. I probably shouldn't have used that brush because now I'm not going to be able to blend it out. We're just going to take this brush and kind of add more black. Honestly, when it comes to black eyeshadow, I'm not the best when it comes to wearing it. I love the color, but to be honest, it's kind of intimidating. We probably should have used it at the very beginning, but that's okay. Some days I'll be putting on makeup and I'll feel like I completely forgot how to wear eyeshadow. That happened to anyone else? Like you get colors, like you choose colors that are kind of like hard to use and you're just like, you don't know how to make it work. I don't know. And you see how there's like a bald spot right here? Why is that happening? Look at that. I don't know if it's my eyeshadow primer or if it's just eye palette. So I'm going to fix that and I'm going to be using that shimmery maroon shade over here. Sometimes applying with the finger is a little better. I'm gonna kind of blend that in with the black. Why does that happen? There's like this little weird bald spot right here. Okay, I fixed it a little bit. But you can still kind of see that bald spot. I'm taking that red and applying that on the top. So this red is kind of grainy feeling. But it's really pretty. Okay, that looks so much better. And I'm gonna take that finger again and kind of apply a little bit of that white shimmer. I think I'm gonna put that in the outer part of the eye just to kind of bring more brightness to it. And then I'll kind of bring that over to the crease. I don't think I should have done that in the beginning, how I applied the white first, because it kind of blends away, and I think it's supposed to be used as an eyeshadow topper. Okay, that looks so much better. And then I kind of want to deepen out that outer corner. So we're going to be taking that maroon shade and apply some on the outer corner. We're going to kind of mix it in with the black. With my finger, I don't know, I feel like this black shade here, it's a little harder to use with the brush. Doesn't blend as much. But when you use your finger, it goes on really nice. And I just use a very little bit on my finger. So I'm just going to blend that in a little bit. I'm going to be taking this gold shimmer shade here and applying a very light coat in the middle of the eye. It kind of changes that red color. It looks more orange, but I like it. And honestly, this white is gorgeous. Like it's like makes a beautiful topper, especially over that black. I love that. And I actually did kind of like that I toned down that red color. Because I don't know, like I feel like using just these 3 shades weren't enough for me. Maybe it was the red and black together that I wasn't feeling today. Yeah, there is a lot of fallout with this palette. But that's honestly why I like to apply my foundation last. I can tell that that red eyeshadow is definitely staining. So if you guys do use it, just be careful. Like I wipe my hands off and there's still some red on my fingers. So we're gonna come back to the eyes later. I'm gonna be using my AOA Studio Color Correcting Primer. And then we're gonna be taking my foundation. This is just my premix CoverGirl foundation. There's actually 2 shades mixed in here, and I mix it with my Walmart brand lotion. And I'm actually so glad I transferred my foundation to this glass container because it's gonna last so much longer. And I'm gonna be taking my McoBeauty Flawless Glow foundation. We're just gonna mix that today. This one is a lighter shade. Actually, it's a lot lighter than my e.l.f. foundation. Then we're going to be using this brush. And I actually really like this new foundation. It's actually pretty comparable to the e.l.f. Halo Glow, but I think this one is a dupe for a Charlotte Tilbury foundation. Actually, the e.l.f. and this one is a dupe for that. I haven't used a Charlotte Tilbury foundation. Honestly, that one's kind of out of my makeup budget. So that's why I haven't really tried it. One of these days I'll try it. Just to see if it's like worth the money, but for now I like sticking to drugstore makeup. And then next we're going to be taking my Be Pure Essentially Ageless Concealer. I am almost done with this. I need to use it up. I'm actually excited to be done with this because, I mean, this one's been okay. Hasn't really, I feel like I've used other, like, better concealers. I'm going to be taking my Juvias Place concealer and just brightening this up. This kind of makes me look like a pumpkin, but that's okay. So why did I put concealer on my nose? I have no idea. Just one of those days, you know? Yeah, so I kind of look a little bit more like a pumpkin. But that's okay. I think I put too much concealer. So then to kind of add more color to my face, I'm going to be taking my e.l.f. bronzer. But we're going to be using this with e.l.f. Camo Liquid Bronzer. Just because this bronzer is kind of light for me. But it's in my project pan, so I have to use that up. I do have to say, this bronzer, this is the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Bronzer. It does add more, like, shimmer to my face, or, like, glow. Which I do like. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but my neighbor's dogs are barking a lot. I wonder if we have a javelina in my neighborhood. There's been a lot of, like, stray animals and wildlife in my neighborhood. So then we're going to be taking the e.l.f. bronzer and contour liquid and just kind of go over that a little bit. And a little bit does go a long way with this, because I did get a shade that was pretty dark. I feel like the darker I go with my products, the more they last. Or like the longer they last. Because I can always mix it with something to make it lighter. This is gonna bring more color to my face. Yeah, either there's a cat outside or the javelina. Sometimes the javelina will just sit and stare at you. They're actually pretty quiet and they're kind of creepy. like if you don't know that they're there. But you can kind of like smell them. And they like to get into people's trash cans. They have gotten into mine a couple of times. They literally tipped it over, and I woke up in the morning and there was trash all over my yard. Like there was little pieces of trash ripped to shreds and everything. And they like to eat plants, so they're kind of destructive if you have like a garden in the front. But we don't have gardens. I mean, we don't have any like anything planted in the front. I cannot keep plants alive. Okay, am I doing a Halloween look again? What is wrong with me today? I think I put too much. This is what happened. This is what happens when I don't pay attention. That is so, I mean, look at that. That is so much. I guess it's Halloween today. Because this is not how you're supposed to wear makeup for every day. So I'm actually going to be taking more of my foundation. Just doing a little bit. And we're gonna try and fix that. This foundation doesn't really have that great of coverage, but it does give you a really nice glow, which I really like. Okay, that looks a little bit better. And you know what? I did want to use my new Disney Villains Cream Blush. This is in the shade Sea Witch. So I'm actually going to use that and maybe a little bit of the red. But yeah, just basically a really nice like plum color. And we're gonna take some of that red and we're gonna take a very little bit. Let's not mess up on the blush now. Let's kind of brighten it up a little bit. And it might turn out a little bit more on the pink side, but honestly, it's okay. Oh yeah, that is really pretty. So these cream blushes that Wet n Wild has out now is really beautiful. They're really creamy, and I love them so much. And they're really blendable. Oh my god, there's so much makeup on my face right now. I feel like today I'm like really caking it. But honestly, this is what happens when you're like literally blind. Oh yeah, that is... I look super tan and like bronzed right now. Yeah, I put way too much. But honestly, this is such a stunning blush. You don't even have to mix the other colors, but I kind of wanted to have like a little tint of red to this look. And this blush here has like Ursula's tentacles on it, the little design. So cool. I don't feel like there's much product in this. Like it doesn't really push up or anything. It feels kind of light, so I don't think they put that much product in here. So to set the face, I'm going to be using my Maybelline Fit Me Medium Buff. we're going to set that. And honestly, I was going to use my McoBeauty pressed powder, but this one's more of a matte, which I feel like I need because I kind of effed up a little bit. So we're just going with this old product. Because this one will kind of tone down the dewiness a little bit. And one good thing I like about this foundation is that dewiness still shines through. Like a lot. Which I really like. So this is honestly dewier than the e.l.f. Halo Glow. Because look at that. That's like amazing. It's really creamy too. So for my eyes, I think I am going to go in with a little bit of black and then use that maroon color. I don't know about the red. I feel like I would look sickly if I used the red. I feel like the maroon is like a better choice. And you know what? If I end up kind of blending out too much, honestly, that's okay. I'm gonna take that color and kind of smoke it out a little bit. It's not as harsh. And then we're going to be taking the smallest bit of black and apply it in the outer corner, or the lower lash outer corner. And then to kind of match that red, I'm actually going to go in with a classic black eyeliner. I'll create like a smokiness to it. And we're going to bring that to the top. I'm going to do my best to tight line. I really love that. I'm not the best when it comes to like tight lining because I'm squeamish when it comes anything revolving my eyes, so that's the best I could do, a tight line. And then next we're gonna take the Great Lash. And I wasn't really in the mood to be using my Maybelline Sky High because it is waterproof and I'm not feeling waterproof makeup at the moment. Oh my god, and I have my coffee sitting in the pot. I haven't gotten a chance to drink it. I usually have coffee like after 5. I mean, not usually, but sometimes in the middle of the week. Like if I have like so much to do and I just need that energy boost. The weather is just making me feel kind of icky and exhausted, so, you know. So then for this look, I kind of want to like match the kind of like aesthetic, grungy aesthetic I have going on. So I'm going to be using my LA Colors black lip liner. And this was from Dollar Tree in their Halloween, from their last Halloween collection. And this one is kind of like a toned down black. And they'll blend it in. And then we're going to be taking this cocoa brown shade. Honestly, I was gonna wear red, but I'm not feeling it tonight. And this kind of adds like a really nice fall look. So for highlighters, I'm going to be wearing, I think, the red highlighter shade here. That way we can bring some of those red tones out on the cheeks. And I'm also going to be putting a little bit on the lips. Ooh, I like that. Just going to blend that out a little bit more. You know, this highlighter palette is actually really stunning. You can kind of see that yellow glow and then that red glow. I use the Dollar Tree Beauty Intuition in the shade Cocoa. And this is kind of like a dark brown color. It's like a gingerbread color, kind of. Has like a bit of red tones to it. And I used the LA Colors black eyeliner. And I didn't expect to get such like a really interesting lip look today. This is like the perfect fall look. And this is like, they're both from Dollar Tree. Like, that's really good. I'm actually going to take this shade here. And I'm just going to apply a little bit. Can't believe I forgot the inner corner. So my phone actually died on me, but this is the finished look and I absolutely love it. I feel like next time I want to create a more like colorful makeup look. I really love the eyeshadows. I feel like they blended out really smoothly, except for the black, and there was a little bit of balding on this eye, which I'm not sure why that was. I don't know if it was the eyeshadow or if it was the primer I was using, but we'll just have to play around with it again. Thank you so much for watching my video today, and make sure you go hug your cats. I will see you guys next time. Bye.